All right.
Good morning, Judge. I was ready on ILO if you were ready, Judge.
Is that Mr. Werbling? He know he ain't supposed to.
It is, Judge.
Look, Mr. Werbling, no, this Judge
I'm
Brian.
sorry about that.
He ain't supposed to just unmute and start talking. Hi, Mr.
Oh,
Werbling.
I'm sorry about that, Judge.
Which case
Good
are
morning.
you ready
Good
on,
morning,
Mr.
Judge.
Werbling?
Judge, I had Anthony Ayalo.
And is that also a civil infraction? Yes, it's a formal hearing.
Yes, it is.
All right, you gonna turn on your
Yep.
camera for me, Mr. Werbling?
Yeah, there's a problem, Judge. I'm on my this smartphone, not so smart, so I only have I can't get the camera activated. I apologize, Judge.
What?
Yeah,
Werbling?
and then I'm on the iPad on it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Listen,
I apologize, Judge. But you can.
the only reason that I'm not gonna say absolutely not, Mr. Werbling, is because I know y'all logged into Judge Holmes' courtroom and you were thinking Judge Holmes was gonna be here, and then I don't know if she let people come to court without their camera on. But I don't know, and so I'm gonna be a little lenient today.
She does. She actually does, in your honor. So that makes me look even worse.
Oh, that does.
So.
It make you look worse, Mr. Werbling.
But I'm just having.
That make you look worse. And then look, then he got kicked off. I didn't kick him off. My hands were up here. Okay, so Officer Robinson, give us one more minute. It looks like he got kicked off. He'll come back in. Okay. There he is. Okay, and I gotta turn that off too. Yeah, no, I'm
Okay, I'm back, Judge. I don't know what happened.
I don't either. All
Okay.
right, and then, but what I also do know, Mr. Werbling, is that that might not be you. I think I muted Mr. Reed by mistake, but that looked like that's what I was hearing, some background, and it seemed like it might have been from Mr. Reed. Okay, so Mr. Werbling, you're here on case number SP139-44381, and that's the people versus Anthony Peter Ayalo, and that is a civil infraction, and Mr. Ayalo is scheduled for a formal hearing. Your appearance, please.
May it please this court, Your Honor. Good morning. Ben Werbling, P64889, on behalf of Mr. Ayalo.
All right, and Officer Robinson, you turned on your camera. I'm assuming then you are the officer for this case?
That's correct, Your Honor. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. Thank you. State your name for the record?
Officer Willie Robinson, that's 2590 Detroit Police, 7%.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Werbling, how do you want to proceed?
Judge, I just asked if the court was inclined to waive my client's presence. He's given me full authority to waive his rights and to accept the offer.
Court will waive your client's presence with this being a civil infraction, and I will accept a responsible plea on his behalf. The counsel having indicated that you have full authority to do so. Mr. Werbling, what are you pleading responsible to?
Limited access 1 to 5 over, Your Honor.
And Officer Robinson, is that your understanding of what the people offered?
That is correct, Your Honor. That's my understanding.
Okay, then the court will accept a responsible plea on behalf of the respondent for 1 to 5 miles over the posted speed limit. Having accepted that responsible plea, the court is going to impose a sentence that's in compliance with the law. What's the penalty for this case?
It's $125 as well, Judge.
So if I'm 0 to 5 or 1 to 5, because 0 and 1, it's the same thing. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Then the court is going to set the penalty at $125. Mr. Werbling, how long does your client need to make that payment?
Judge, if I could have 14 days, that'd be great, Judge.
The court is going to give 14 days. That means the payment will be due November the 21st, Mr. Werbling.
Thank you, Judge, and I appreciate the understanding with the technical issues, and everyone have a great day.
All right, you as well. And only because I recognize your voice.
And thanks to your wonderful clerk.
I hear you all the time on my court. That's the only reason. All right, you
Yeah.
have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
You the same.
Officer,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. Officer Robinson, do you have another case, another matter?
No, Your Honor, you and your staff have a good day.
All right, you as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, let me highlight these people. Oh, this docket can be this docket will intimidate. This docket will intimidate some people. Okay. Barnett, Anderson, Andrews. 18. Man. And all right. Okay, it looks like we still have Corporal Jones for Eightman. Are we ready on Eightman?
Yes, Your Honor.
And well, let me ask this question. I shouldn't say, are we ready? Is that matter going to trial or is it a plea?
No, Your Honor. There's going to be no trials today, it appears, in our talking with the clients.
Okay,
There'll either be pleas or dismissals for no officers.
all right. So we are ready on Eightman. And then I see I still have Corporal Bennett. Do we know which case is Corporal Bennett on?
He's on Vernon Anderson, Your Honor, and that is a plea.
Okay. And then what about Officer, oh, that says, who was Officer Q, what is he on?
Jerome Andrews, Your Honor, that is a plea.
Okay. So does that mean that Armour and Arocha Mateo and Al-Shabi and Adams are all dismissals?
Amour is a plea, Your Honor. Officer Del Bosque was here if he's no longer here. Aracho Mateo, no officer. Angela Adams, no officer. And Al-Shabi, no officer.
Okay, let me bring in those three for no officer and then I'll take the pleas.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. This is case number 173486171. The people of the state of Michigan versus Samuel Arocho Mateo. The defendant is charged with 1 count of no operator's license on person. Today is a date set for trial. Appearance, please.
Robert Fikens, P 31894 on behalf of Mr. Arocho Mateo. Sir,
Sir,
state your name.
oh,
Sorry,
go
Judge.
ahead, Mr. Fikens. No, go ahead.
Sir, state your name for the record.
Mr. Samuel Rocha Mateo.
Your name is not Mr., is it?
Oh, no. Samuel Rocha Mateo.
Mr. Fikens, today is a date set for trial. How are you proceeding?
Judge, it appears no officer having shown up at this point in time. We move to dismiss without prejudice.
Madam Clerk or officer, did any officer or courtroom officer, did anyone, police officer check in on Mr. Arocho Mateo's case?
No, Judge.
All right. The court notes that there's no officer seen in the waiting room, and no officer on the screen has turned on their camera. The court is therefore going to grant defense counsel's motion to dismiss this matter without prejudice for failure of the officer to appear on the date and time set for trial. Madam Clerk, how do we mail out a copy of the dismissal or the register to the defendant?
No, Judge. Once it becomes public record, they're able to get it from, but if they request it, then we can, yes.
All right, so Mr. Arocho Mateo, you're all set, sir. You have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'm ready on Al-Shabi. This is case number SP 128-44901. The people of the state of Michigan versus Mohammed M.M. Al-Shabi. Defendant is charged with one count of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a motor vehicle. And today is the date set for trial. Appearances, please.
Your Honor, I'm going to defer to Mr. Reed. He's really good at dismissals and
Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse House Counsel P 23860. Sir, would you put your name on there, please?
Yes, Mohammed Ashabi.
Yes, Judge. It's my understanding that the issuing officer has not signed in on the case. Today being the date and time scheduled for trial, would move for dismissal. Understand any dismissal without prejudice. Thank you.
Today is a day set for trial. Madam Clerk or the courtroom court officer, has any officer checked in with respect to Mr. Al-Shabi?
No, Judge.
And no officer that's currently on the screen has turned on their camera to indicate that they are the officer for this case. Therefore, the court is going to grant defense counsel's motion and dismiss the matter without prejudice for failure of the officer to appear. Sir, you are all set. You have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you very much. God bless. Thank you.
You're welcome. Miss Adams, can you come on screen a little better and put your hand down for me? Just adjust your camera a little bit so I can see your, thank you. All right, this is case number SP 13270. Wait a minute. SP 132-70701 and 02. People versus Angela Marie Adams. Defendant is charged with unregistered or untitled motor vehicle and failing to stop at a stop sign. Today is the date set for trial and formal hearing. Appearance, please.
Robert Fikens, P31894 on behalf of Miss Adams. Ma'am, state your name for the record. Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, please. Unmute. Okay, look, Ms. Adams. So
Okay,
there you go.
can you hear me now, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Your name.
Angela Marie Adams.
All right, thank you. Counsel, how are you proceeding?
Judge, it appears no officer is signed into this. It does not appear in the courtroom at this time. We are moving to dismiss without prejudice, both as to the trial and the formal hearing.
All right, Madam Clerk, or courtroom officer, is any officer signed in from Miss Adams?
No, Judge.
Today is the date set for pre-trial, for trial and formal hearing. It appears that the officer has not appeared for court. No officer has checked in with the courtroom and no officer has turned on their camera indicating that they are the officer for this case. Therefore, the court is going to grant defense counsel's motion and dismiss the matters without prejudice. Ma'am, you are all set. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am. I so appreciate you and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, and you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, then I'm ready on, oh, which one is going to be quicker? I'm ready on Andrew. How many cases is Mr. Anderson pleading to?
2, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, that's Mr. Reed's case.
That's whose case?
Mr. Reed's case.
Yes, Judge.
Oh.
He's my client, Mr.
Okay.
Vernon Anderson.
And who's the officer? I only have 2 officers now. Who's the officer? Oh, Corporal
Bennett.
Bennett. Okay. And then Corporal Jones is for 8men. Okay, so I'll do Anderson and then 8men. And then there's someone else in the waiting room. Let me tell you who it is. So I'll do Anderson, 8men. And then I also have more, but I also now have a Jerome Andrews. Did you all talk to a Jerome Andrews?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready on that.
Oh,
one.
yeah, I have a check mark by him. Okay, yes. All right, then Mr. Anderson, can you come into camera, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, you give me a minute because Mr. Anderson has a whole bunch of cases. So, okay, let's read them all. This is case number SP 9722221 and 222. Case number SP 6324881 and 4882. Case number SP 5901251. SP 136199111. SP 5091231. SP and 232. SP 136199112 and 13. And that's it. Defendant is charged in those cases with no insurance, license improper and false insurance, driving on a suspended license, and expired plates and no proof of insurance. Today is either the date set for trial. Oh, two of those say review. And then formal hearing. Appearances, please.
Yes, thank you. For the record, Jesse Reeves, Council P 3863. Mr. And would you put your name on record, please, sir?
Mr. Anderson, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state your name for us.
Vernon Anderson.
Okay, and is your middle name Eugene?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And then Corporal, can you come into camera and state your name? Unmute Corporal Bennett.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you able to adjust your camera? So
I'm trying, Your Honor. There you go.
oh, there we go. All right. And Corporal, state your name for the record.
Corporal Daryl Bennett, badge 4320, Detroit Police Department, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. So today is the date set for either trial, formal hearing, or review. Mr. Who went on the record? I'm sorry, Mr. Reed.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Anderson has 8 matters that are scheduled for trial or formal hearing today. We've talked to the city. We have a recommendation that if he were to plead on 2 tickets, they would recommend amending those 2 charges to failure to display. They would recommend dismissal of the other matters that are scheduled for either trial or formal hearing. The 2 tickets they want pleas on would be SP 9722222 and SP 6324881. Recommend pleas on those 2 matters with a recommendation to amend the failure to display. The other matters that are scheduled for trial or formal hearing would be recommended dismissal with a stip to probable cause, and we'd have to talk about the matters scheduled for review. They've already been adjudicated, and my client has money owing on those matters, Your Honor.
All right, and Corporal Bennett or the court clerks, one of the 2. Is that the offer? Did the people make a written offer?
They did make a written offer, Your Honor. It was sent to me, but I can confirm that that was a written offer by Shannon Walker.
All right, and Mr. Anderson, you heard your lawyer indicate that the people have offered for you to plead guilty to 2 cases in exchange for dismissal of the remaining unadjudicated cases. Is that what you want to do today, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, I'm going to share my screen. On my screen, you are going to see an advice of rights form in a minute, because what happened to my advice of rights form? All right, I'm going to share my screen, and on my screen, you will see an advice of rights form. Sir, have you had an opportunity to review for yourself or go over with a lawyer your constitutional rights? It's okay if the answer is no. Mr. Anderson, did you go over your constitutional rights with a lawyer or on your own?
Yes.
And when you did that, did you understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that these are misdemeanors, traffic misdemeanors, and therefore as to each, You have a right to a trial, but if I accept a guilty plea from you today, you will be giving up your right to a trial.
Yes.
Sir, has anyone threatened you in any way or promised you anything that was not placed on this record today to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
For the two cases that are set for review, is he on probation or they just had to pay?
Just pay your.
Okay,
Just,
all right. Okay, Mr. Anderson, why don't you raise your right hand for me, please? Sir, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Who's going to voir dire Mr. Anderson with respect to the factual basis for those two cases?
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay,
Mr. Anderson, we talked in the breakout room and we talked about these cases and the date and time of citations. Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you stopped by a law enforcement officer?
Yes, sir.
And you weren't able to produce a valid Michigan driver's license on both occasions, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. I'm satisfied.
all right. The court will accept guilty pleas to case number SP 9722222, amended to failing to display a valid license, and case number SP 6324881, failing to display a valid license. In exchange for those guilty pleas and pursuant to the offer from the people, the court will dismiss the remaining unadjudicated matters, which will be all of the matters the court read into the record with the exception of SP 5091231 and 1232. Having accepted that guilty plea, the court is going to impose the following fines, costs, and fees. Would you like to address the court before I impose fines, costs, and fees?
Yes, Judge, absolutely. Thank you. If I may put on the record, I did have a short conversation with my client. He's polite and courteous and respectful at the time. He wished to accept responsibility and enter a plea in case. He's currently employed. He is looking for employment. He would be asked in court for some time to pay any fine costs that might set. Thank you, Judge.
All right, and Mr. Anderson, would you like to make any statement on your own behalf before the court imposes the sentence?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to impose mandatory costs on each case of $185. I am going to impose a $50 attorney's fee on each case. And the court is going to impose a $125 fine on case ending in 222 and a $150 fine with respect to case ending in 881. The total on the first case is $360, and the total on the second case is $385. The total together is $745. Now, I understand, Mr. Anderson, that you are not employed at this time. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set a pay date as well as another review date for these other two tickets. It's incumbent upon you. If you are unable to pay, you have to notify the court that you are unable to pay and give Judge Holmes an opportunity to give you an alternative sentence. That could be community service, that could be alternate workforce, or she could, if she chose, waive those fines, costs, and fees. I doubt that. And then once she gives you that alternative to payment, you have to do that alternative, or you may be subject to going to jail. And it would be a shame to go to jail on a traffic ticket. So try to pay it, but if you can't, you need to let Judge Holmes know at your next court hearing that you are requesting community service or alternate workforce, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Madam Clerk, what date how much, first, let me ask you this, Mr. Anderson, How much time do you need to pay the $745? Don't say like no, a year, because I'm gonna say no. Don't say no long astronomical amount of time.
No, 60 days should be enough.
All right, so because of the holiday, I'm probably going to give you a little bit more time. Madam Clerk, can I get a date in January for Judge Holmes for payment and for review? Oh, that's about 60 days. I said that like we already in November. That is 60, but maybe like towards the middle to end of January.
What about January 23rd? Is that good, Judge?
That's good. So
Okay.
so this is what you're gonna do, Mr. Anderson. You're gonna pay, listen to what I'm saying. You're gonna pay by January we're not open that day. I want you to pay by January 17th, pay by. And then I'm gonna put this case, these two cases, and the other two cases, I'm gonna put them on review on January 23rd. Now listen, you need to pay or make some type of payment arrangement. You need to let Judge Holmes see if you can't pay, you need to ask the judge for a payment plan or some community service or something, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. Then you're gonna be all set until January 23rd. Try to make payment as much as you can before that date to show a good faith effort, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything further with respect to Mr. Anderson?
No, Judge, thank you very much, and I'd like to thank Corporal Bennett too. Thank you, Corporal Bennett.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day, Your Honor.
All right, you as well. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, and Mr. Anderson, you have a great day and stay safe as well.
You too, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay,
Your Honor, Officer Backdresser here.
yes, I see you, officer. What case are you on?
You just called it, and I had a trial in Wagner, and I just wanted to check in to make sure everything was okay.
Oh, I just called it. You were on Anderson as well?
I was.
Oh, okay. Well then, thank you, officer, Backdresser. Have a
All right.
great day and stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, and so then, looks like I'm ready on Aitman. Oh, and then Officer Corporal Jones had turned on his camera first, then I end up calling his last. Y'all didn't remind me. I didn't see it. That's all right. Oh, he's not coming in. It's saying joining, but he's not coming in. I'm just gonna bring in the rest of these three people and see if his device comes in. Oh, he's the only device that's not coming in. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, come on, Mr. Aitman. Well, do we have any phone? Do we have a phone number for Mr. Aitman? Maybe he's not at his device and he. Okay. Mr. Andrews, I'm hoping you're not in the bed. I hope you're not in the bed. And I hope you can see that I'm not laughing either. Because if I showed up for work in the bed, I think you would have a problem with that. I don't know what's wrong with Mr. Aitman. His device won't come in. But Corporal, I'm going to note your presence. If he comes in, we're going to take a plea. I don't necessarily want to keep holding you up, but for some reason, his device is not joining. It just says joining, but it won't come in.
Okay, Your Honor.
Oh, wait. Let's see. I think it might have just came in. Hold on. Or did it disappear? It disappeared. Okay, you're here, so it won't get dismissed, but look, he might have to log back in.
Okay,
All right.
take care.
You as well. Okay, and so it looks like we have Andrews and Amore on screen. Andrews is in camera, so I'll take Mr. Andrews first. This is case number SP 123-18781, the People versus Jerome Andrews. And the defendant is charged with disorderly conduct. Today is the date set for trial. Appearances, please.
Robert Fikens, P31894, on behalf of Mr. Andrews. Sir, state your name for the record.
Jerome Andrews.
All right, today is the day set for trial. Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding?
Judge, I want the record to note, there was an officer here. Officer Q did appear.
Yes, I saw Officer Q.
My client does wish to avail himself of the offer, and that is in exchange for his guilty plea to disorderly conduct in a casino. The court would consider a 6-month delayed sentence.
Mr. Andrews, your lawyer has indicated that you want to plead guilty to disorderly conduct in exchange for a delayed sentence. Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Andrews, I'm going to share my screen, and on my screen is going to be a copy of the advice of rights and constitutional advice of constitutional rights form. Mr. Andrews, have you had an opportunity to review for yourself or go over with a lawyer your constitutional rights? It's okay if the answer is no.
Yes, I have.
And when you did that, did you understand your rights?
Yes, I did.
Sir, do you understand that this is a misdemeanor and therefore you do have a right to a trial? But if I accept a plea from you today, you are giving up your right to a trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you in any way or promised you anything that was not placed on the record today to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Andrews, are you currently on probation or parole?
No, ma'am.
All right. Sir, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, Mr. Andrews, you can put your hand down. Counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand, I'm sorry, I'm so used to doing that. Sir, I want to direct your attention back to the date and time of this citation. On that date and time, were you in the city of Detroit at a casino?
Yes, I was.
Did you display conduct that was disorderly to others around you?
Yes, I did.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Andrews, what casino were you at?
I was at Greektown.
All right, thank you. Greektown. Okay, the court is satisfied. I will accept a guilty plea to 1 count of disorderly conduct. Having accepted the guilty plea, is there any objection to immediate sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and would you like to address the court before I sentence?
Yes, Your Honor, this was an unfortunate event for Mr. Andrews. I appreciate he approached this honestly and directly with me about wanting to take care of this matter. He certainly doesn't want it to happen again. I suspect, without asking him, he's probably been barred from that casino, and maybe all of them. But he does regret his mistake, Judge. He wanted to take care of this matter, and I just wanted the court to know that he was very cooperative with me throughout the process.
All right, and Mr. Andrews, did you want to make a statement to the court before I impose sentence?
Yes, I just wanted to let the court know that I did do what I beat Miss Orley, and yet I knew better than that. And I haven't been back to the casino since because I'm in the process of going through my AA treatment and things of that nature.
That's good. That's good. All right. And Mr. Fikens, can you remind the court, I know you did say that the offer was a delayed sentence. Was there a period that the people offered? Because I think it was less than 12 months.
It was less than 12 months, Judge. It was 6 months delayed sentence was the offer.
All right. Having accepted a guilty plea, the court is going to impose a delayed sentencing pursuant to delayed sentence for 6 months. Madam Clerk, can you give me a 6-month date for Mr. Andrews? And then Mr. Andrews, I'm going to impose the sentence, and then I'll see if Judge Holmes usually have you come back before the end of the delayed sentence. And if she does, I'll give you another date for review. But the court is going to impose the following: mandatory costs of $185. Mr. Andrews, are you working right now, Mr. Andrews?
No, I'm on disability.
You on disability?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Andrews, if I impose some additional fines, costs, or fees, will you be able to pay it, or do you want community service?
I probably would be able to pay it.
All right. I am going to impose a $250 fine, a $50 attorney's fee. I'm gonna waive the attorney's fee.
Thank you, Judge. And I mean that sincerely. I do appreciate
Yes.
that.
Okay. So I'm going to impose, your total is $435. Now you have the duration of the probationary period to pay that amount. But additionally, Mr. Andrews, I'm going to order that you do the following. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Andrews. Do you think that you were being disorderly because you were intoxicated?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. All right, I'm going to order that you continue in your AA. At least, how often are you going currently?
I only go once a week, man.
Well, I want you to beef it up and go at least, oh, you said once a week.
Yes.
Okay, keep that up. So yes, you have to go 4 times a month. 4 times a month. And then I don't have my little sheet to see what else. What other kind of stuff do the judge usually order? I don't see my sheet. On a disorderly conduct. Let me see. Look at my sheet. Oh, and you cannot have any contact. That's why I asked you. So you said you haven't gone back, but you can have no contact with the Greektown Casino.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Andrews, do you have any other tickets or anything with the 36th District Court?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, because I'm going to order that you either pay your outstanding tickets or get on a payment plan, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you have none, then that's good. And then I was considering ordering you to get a substance abuse evaluation, but it sounds like you already know that you abuse substances.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. All right, I'm not going to order you to be drug screened, but I'm gonna leave that up to Judge Holmes if she decides that she wants you to get drug screened, okay?
Yes.
Madam Clerk, does the judge usually have them come back in before their final review date?
That's on a case-by-case basis. So,
well, I think I want Mr. Andrews to come back in at least at the 3-month mark, so the judge can decide if she wants him to submit to your analysis. I want you to submit proof that you're going to AA 4 times a month.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you give me a 3-month date that he can come in for a review? Well, you know what? Let me give him that same date you gave me for the other young man, that January 23rd date.
okay.
And what time is that going to be?
It would be at 9:45.
All right, 9:45, January 23rd. You're going to come back to see Judge Holmes. And then these are the other terms of your probation. You cannot get a new ticket. So you can't get any new violations, and you have to pay the $435 or let the judge know that you can't pay, and she'll give you an alternative to the payment. And then proof of the AA. And then if you have any tickets, you have to pay them or get on a payment plan for those. And then you're going to come back to court January 23rd at 9:45, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I want you to stop drinking, Mr. Andrews. How old are you?
I'll be 60 Wednesday.
Yeah, Mr. Andrews, if you want to live to be 80, 90, you're gonna have to stop all that drinking and clowning in the casino, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because I want to live to be about 125. So that's why you don't see me out there trying to drink stuff. I want to be here to just be a menace to society until I'm 125.
Uh-huh.
All right, Mr. Andrews. Now we're gonna mail him some paperwork, aren't we? How's he gonna know what to do?
I can send him, information on what you ordered, Judge.
Yeah, send him the information because I think he's gonna need it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Mr. Andrews, Judge Holmes, you see this picture down here on the screen? Can you see the picture of the lady on the screen?
No, ma'am.
Swipe your thing to the left. Swipe your, oh, it might not show up though. It might not show. Well, I was trying to tell you that that's Judge Holmes. That's who you're going to see when you come back in January, okay?
Okay.
All right. You have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Aitman he's still trying to connect.
Yes. He had that problem this morning.
Miss Armour needs to turn on her video.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, Miss Armour.
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. I just swiped it. There we go. All right. Let me get over here where you can see me.
All right, this is case number SP 132-64121, the People versus Portia Nicole Armour. The defendant is charged with 1 count of no insurance, and today is the day set for trial. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, on behalf of Ms. Armour. Ma'am, please state your name for the record.
Portia Nicole Armour.
Today is the day set for trial, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Your Honor. My client wishes to avail herself the offer. She'll be tendering a plea of guilty to no insurance, asking this court to reduce that to improper plates.
Ma'am, your lawyer has indicated that you want to enter a plea. Improper plates is still a misdemeanor, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That you want to enter a plea to improper plates, ma'am. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, I'm going to share my screen, and on my screen is an advice of rights form. Have you had an opportunity to review for yourself or go over with your lawyer your constitutional rights?
Yes, ma'am.
When you did that, did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that this is a misdemeanor and therefore you have a right to a trial, but if I accept a plea from you today, you will be giving up your right to a trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you in any way or promised you anything that was not placed on this record today to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, or nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Aitman, you're being so distracting to me right now. I need you to stabilize your device. I need you to stop walking around. I do. Okay, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, I want to direct your attention back to the date and time of the citation that you received. On that date and time, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And when stopped by a police officer and asked to produce valid insurance, you could not do so because you did not have valid insurance at that time, correct?
Correct.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Court is satisfied. I will accept a guilty plea to an amended count of 1 of improper plate. Counsel asked the sentencing.
Judge, Ms. Armour was certainly a very pleasant person while we talked, wanted to resolve this matter right away. He was trying to straighten out these tickets, get herself in a good position, and wants to do the right thing. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ma'am, would you like to make any statement on your own behalf?
Not currently. I'm just unemployed. That's the only thing I can say for myself at the moment. So if there's a judgment, I would need time.
If you mean you need time to pay the judgment that you just
Yes,
paid?
ma'am.
You said, yeah. All right, the court is going to impose mandatory costs of $185, a $150 fine for a total of $300 and I think $35. Let me see.
Yes, Judge.
I'm not good. Look, I'm not good at math. $335. All right. So how long do you need to pay the $335, ma'am?
60 days, please.
Judge, will you be willing to give that January 23 date? That seems to be.
I
pretty
will.
good.
Yeah. All right. You pay by January 23rd.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Anything further with respect to this matter?
No, Your Honor.
No, ma'am.
All right, ma'am. You're all set. You have a great day. Stay safe.
You as well.
Thank you. Mr. Aitman, can you come on camera, please?
I'm trying. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Hello? I'm trying to get on right now.
Your volume is working.
Okay, I'm trying to get my phone to get back on the video. I apologize. I'm not really used to doing this. Sorry. Let's see. On statement.
Sir, can you look at your screen and just click on the prompt that's asking you to start your camera?
But it's not showing up right now. I'm trying to get back to that screen. Okay, let me try
You
from
all
here.
gonna have to give Mr. Aitman another day because I have a trial this afternoon. Okay, there you go. Because I wasn't gonna keep on fooling with Mr. Aitman. All right. This is case number SP 128074771, the people versus Lawrence Aitman. The defendant is charged with failing to secure a load, and today is the date set for trial. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, on behalf of Mr. Aitman. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Lawrence Aitman.
Today's the date set for trial. The officer was present and ready for trial, but when Mr. Aitman's device wouldn't come in for the breakout, from the waiting room earlier, I did release the officer, but I'm sure we could get him back if we need to. Counsel, how are you proceeding?
Judge, we understand that, and I was present when that was going on. We do want to accept the offer, avail ourselves of the offer made by the people, and that is in exchange for his guilty plea to failing to secure a load. The court would consider a 3-month delayed sentence.
Mr. Aitman, your lawyer indicated that you want to plead guilty in exchange for recommendation for the delayed sentence. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I am sharing my screen. On my screen is an advice of rights and plea information form, which contains the Constitution, your constitutional rights. Have you had an opportunity to either review for yourself or go over with a lawyer your constitutional rights?
Yes.
When you did that, did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Do you understand that this is a misdemeanor and therefore you have a right to a trial? However, if I accept the plea from you today, you will be giving up your right to a trial.
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you in any way or promised you anything that was not placed on this record to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you may put your hand down, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, I want to direct your attention back to the date and time of the citation. On that date and at that time, sir, were you operating a truck or a pickup truck in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And did you fail to secure your load by either not placing a tarp on top or securing it with proper securing devices?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied. I will accept the guilty plea to 1 count of failing to secure a load. Having accepted the guilty plea, counsel, would you like to address the court as the sentencing?
Just briefly, Your Honor, again, Mr. Aitman was cooperative with me during the process. He wanted to resolve this matter. He knew what, he has now corrected that matter. The transports, he does place a tarp in the proper way over any load, and he is ready for sentencing, Judge.
Mr. Aitman, would you like to make a statement on your own behalf?
No, Your Honor.
The court, having accepted a guilty plea, will accept a recommendation for a 3-month delayed sentence with the following terms and conditions. Of course, you shall not violate any criminal law of any governmental unit, meaning you cannot get any new offenses during the term of this delayed sentence. The court is going to impose the mandatory cost of $185 and a $200 fine for a total of $385. Madam Clerk, what is going to be the 3-month delayed sentence date?
February, I think that's 3 months.
I'm sorry.
I'm checking now, Judge, sorry.
Oh, okay, that's fine. And then I apologize. I'm also going to impose a $50 attorney's fee. Today being the date and time set for trial.
It's gonna be February 6th.
Thank you.
7th, sorry, February 7th.
Okay. Sir, you must pay before February the 7th, and the total is $435. You cannot get any new offenses during that delayed sentence time. Anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
All right, and sir, if you pay the $435 and don't get any new offenses, then on February 7th, the matter will be dismissed and removed from your record. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you. You do the same.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm done. I'm gonna go eat some lunch before my trial. Everybody have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for serving, Judge. Thank you for serving today. Be
You're
safe.
welcome. I think I'll be back Wednesday afternoon, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Look forward. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Just pre-trials, Judge. They're just pre-trials on Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, let's just give all trial dates. Don't do.
I won't tell. Judge.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.